Agreed.
Speaking of talented CONCACAF midfielders,
Uh-huh.
that transition. We're going right to Djordje Mihailovic, who's being shopped apparently all over the world. Like 6 months ago, this guy's name barely blipped up on Greg's World Cup qualifier roster. Now every team in the top 5 of every league wants him. Roma, Bologna, Atalanta, Leverkusen, Dortmund, Everton, Newcastle, Leeds, and 3 different French clubs unnamed all are watching him with about an $8 million price tag on him. That's crazy for a guy that didn't even get called into our national team last camp.
He still won't get called in.
And he won't because he passes the ball forward. I now realize, side note, we could probably cut this out, but I realize now why everybody wants Paxton Pomykal in Greg's national team, because he doesn't go forward. Every time he touches the ball, it goes backwards. I watched him for 90 minutes today. 0 times did he go forward unless he was dribbling. Unbelievable.
He fits the system.
He fits the system. I love it. Do you think now's the right time for him to move? Right before a World Cup year, right before World Cup qualifiers? Do you think now's the right time to do it?
If you're Djordje, I don't even think the World Cup crosses his mind because Greg doesn't even call him in now. So if he's not calling him in now, I highly doubt Greg's going to call him in for the World Cup. It's very unlikely. Not that I agree with it. I would much rather have Djordje over a few other guys on that team. But
names, bro, hit the app button.
Throw some names at Sebastian Lletget, at Christian Roldan.
Don't hurt my super sub like that. Christian Roldan is a vital part of that team when he gets 40 minutes of a window.
Listen, somebody's got to cry to the referee. All right. So I would say it would likely depend on the team. I think if you have the opportunity to go to a team right now and instantly jump in and make an impact, then make the move. But otherwise, I wouldn't. I would stay for the time being and wait. Like if you're waiting on a specific club, maybe and you don't think you have an opportunity to come in there, make an impact, get some game time, maybe wait. I don't think there's a rush. He's still going to be good by the end of the season. See what happens in the summer at least. Maybe there's some changes. I'm sure these European teams will be making a lot of changes to their roster. Maybe a spot opens up for Djordje to slide in there and be part of the starting 18, or is be a part of the you know what I'm saying. But yeah.
Be a part of the roster, sure.
Yeah.
See, I have the same mindset as you, but I say do it. Whenever that next window is, if there's an option to go. Right now, you're at your peak of your game. And what we are seeing is that he is seeing the game really well. He's finding these really nice passes. He's getting players in great spots to be successful, keeping the ball. He's the center of the attack. But if he goes up a level, he'll learn different ways to be successful. He learns how to test himself in different environments and against different types of people and different types of players and defenders and midfielders and, work with other attackers that are not just him or Kai Kamara. He'll get to work with people who are a little bit more dynamic and dare I say useful. But I would struggle to genuinely find a more consistently better young American center attacking mid in the game right now. I can find somebody who has a better day than him, but to do it game after game after game, you would struggle to find one. He's operating at a phenomenal level, and I think right now, or whenever the next window is the time to go. But my question is, where should he go? Where do you think he's going to end up? After all those teams, do you think there's going to be another team that comes in? What do you think?
So I think, and I hope that he ends up going to Bologna. That would be my first choice for him because I think he can go to that team and start, or at least be a part of the bench to start off and get an opportunity to get minutes. I look at some of the other teams on this list, like Roma. He's got no shot at all to play. With Mourinho being the manager, I mean, you see what happens with Brian Reynolds. He doesn't sniff the starting 11. I don't think he would get time. Even though Dortmund's great at developing young talent, I don't think he would get much time at Dortmund. Same thing with teams in the Prem. Maybe he'd have a shot with Leeds because it's Jesse Marsh. I would like to see him go to Bologna. I think that's where he can have the most impact. Plus, we already know that Montreal and Bologna have a strong partnership together. It's very likely that he could just follow that pipeline. And obviously Bologna then has good trust in Montreal players because they kind of go back and forth a lot. Like they ship guys to Montreal, Montreal guys go to Bologna. So I think they can have faith that they can, trust Djordje with game time and minutes because of that strong partnership.
Sure, absolutely. I agree with the Bologna thing. That's where I want him to go, and that's where I think he probably should go for all of those same reasons. But I wouldn't be shocked if some middle or even lower Bundesliga side looks to go get him. Leverkusen, for example, I think would be a decent test for him. He's, it's not a massive Dortmund or Bayern, but it's still relatively high on the competition level. Like I said, the Armenia Banfield one that George Bello moved to was, I think, perfect for him because there's not they're not expecting that team to win the world or the UEFA Champions League, right? So he can just go out there and play. That's kind of where I'd like to see him in some sort of aspect, but again, not like a Roma, not like a Atalanta and Everton, where he might be successful at Everton in the championship next year, but Newcastle are going down too. Leeds might go down.
Castle's not going down.
If I say it, it might happen, and then my team will survive. I don't know who the three French teams are, but I think he might even be successful there. It's definitely a different league, but you usually, whenever you watch an attacking sequence out of the French league, there's tons of space built into it. It's not very tiki-taka. It's very counterattack game and find the open lane and play it. I think he'd be successful there too. But yeah, I want him to go head over to Bologna all for the same reasons you just said.